Hey y'all, here's how I made this cute little scarecrow out of wooden shims. So I'm using these wooden shims that I got from Lowe's. They are about 12 inches long. Now most of the scarecrows that I've seen with these were like this, where they're all stacked together, but I felt like it took too many to be able to make a wide enough face for that, and also I didn't have very many of these left over anyway, so I decided to try gluing them this way instead to see how that would look. And I just have them lined up right along the edge of each one. So now that they're all glued together, I'm going to paint them in Apple Barrel Brand's khaki paint. And I'm just dumping the paint right onto my paintbrush, y'all. I did not feel like getting a piece of cardboard to put the paint on, and I'm not doing this solid. I'm just kind of dry brushing it on there. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I felt like this was the perfect craft to tie in some old blue jeans, so I'm using some of my boys' old jeans for the hat. So you could just keep this super simple and just use the pant leg for the hat like this, but I wanted to go with more of a rustic look. I really like how it looks when you like make torn fabric strips out of blue jeans, so I'm just tearing off a few different pieces from the pant leg. And I'm gluing those directly onto our scarecrow. My video did cut out a little bit right here, but I'm just kind of layering these until I get all the way to the top. Now most of my fabric strips didn't reach all the way on the back side of this, but I'm not too worried about that. I don't really care how the back side of it looks, but if you do, you can make that a little bit prettier if you want to. And y'all know I had to tie in a little bit of burlap, so I'm using a piece of burlap ribbon for the rim of its hat. And I'm just gluing one edge of it right onto our scarecrow and bending it up a little bit, and when I'm wrapping it around to the back, you do want to have it a little loose on the edges so that it has a little bit of a give to it for when you go to bend the front side up. And it should still have a little bit of resistance on the sides, so that way it'll hold its shape. And I'm adding another little piece of burlap to the top portion of it just to tie it all together. And I really wanted to make a cute little blue jean bow, so I'm just tying two little fabric strips in a knot, and we're just going to crisscross those. And y'all, look how cute this little bow is. I'm so obsessed with it. It's so simple, but I absolutely love it. And of course, we got to add a little button to it just to add a little more character to it. And by this point, I realized my scarecrow did not have any straw hairs. I don't know what I was thinking, but we're going to add that now. So I'm making a little bundle and just tucking that right underneath the hat. It actually worked out perfectly, so it's not a big deal, but you can do that in the beginning stages if you want to. And then of course, adding a little bundle on the top portion as well, and I'm tying a little twine bow just to add a little something extra up there also. So now we're down to the final touches, y'all, just adding its little face. So I'm making its nose out of a piece of cardboard, and I'm using Harvest Orange for its nose. I'm just kind of dry brushing it on there so some of the brown from the cardboard will show through to keep that rustic look. And I'm using my black paint pen to draw its eyes and its mouth. I'm keeping its eyes kind of small just because I think that's cuter, and making its mouth kind of wonky, a little squiggly, just to give it a little extra character. And I always like adding little stitching to its mouth, so I draw little X's on the corner and some little lines on its mouth, and then I use my white paint pen to do some dots for its eyes, and then I figured I would add in some little eyelashes as well. And this is how it looks once it's all complete. I think it turned out so cute. It was also really easy to make, so I think it'd be a really cute addition to your fall decor. But I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit the thumbs up if you did, and let me know what you think down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.